here we are for the second round. We lost the roll, but we've got a pretty easy keep here. We have turn 1 Juicy, turn 2 Jace, which is really, really good against some decks and kind of trash against others, but we'll see. Juicy's not very good at period. I mean, it's just such a grindy, long-term, fragile card, but the reason why it's in here is just simply because I want it. Now I can have turn 1 Master of the Wild Hunt. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. How does this sit with you? I mean, look, that's obviously a ridiculous start, but you know, he could just be like Doomblade that, you know, and then I lose my Black Lotus. I mean, I'm going to be able to recover from that type of a start, but like that is, as crazy as Black Lotus starts can be, they also can kind of fail miserably. That totally can happen. They did not this time, though. We had a nice draw there. A little green mana source there for our Trigon Predator, which I think is what we'd rather run out here. This makes it so that there's a lot of cards that he can't have. My FNMing these days. No, I have not been FNMing because I've been out of town. And also there's a poker game that I play in on Fridays now, which is sad because I love FNM and I miss it. I get to play on this, obviously. Magic Online, you know, fulfills that for me, but all right. He finally came back. He made a Blood Crypt and an Ancient Tomb, so he's fighting back on the mana war here, or mana fight. He could just Wrath us here. Hero's Downfall. All right. Yeah, that's good. That's totally fine for his side of the equation here. And we're going to be in fine position. Can't quite cast Batterskull, but we're pretty close to it. If we can manage to keep hitting land drops and like keep it in our hand, I think we'll be fine. If you know what I mean, like he could Mind Twist us or just get us or whatever. I got nothing, bro. Ooh, you got nothing too. That's nice. Land? Land. Yeah, I feel like just running Batterskull out is probably best here. He seems to be a bit crimped on mana. He's not playing any colors that can counter it, and it's incredibly difficult to deal with once it's down. It makes us have great plays where, like, if he let's say he has Damnation, we get to like play Juicy and then, or even we can Venser something and then equip Batterskull on my turn and kill him. Just gives us a lot of flexibility. This is good to know that he has. This is quite good against us. We can't really do anything about it, but it's just good to know. You know, it makes our Black Lotus Master of the Wild Hunt play a little bit worse. I mean, Master's so good that you get a Wolf out of the deal, which has been able to put a bunch of pressure on him. And of course, you know, we haven't drawn a sword or anything yet, but still, this does change what we want to do. Like if we ended up having a plan where we could recover with a Jace and we drew mana and stuff for Taiga for the Trigon Predator, but you know, if we had a hand that was literally just like, look, you can make a Master on turn 1, but that's it. Like, you're just, otherwise your hand's just dead and you've just thrown away it all. It would be a much tougher decision if we know he's got like black spot removal in his deck and can just pick off our guy. Maybe we still do it. You know, it's just nice to know, because there's some decks that are just like, oh, you have a Master on turn 1, can't beat that, and that's it. you know? And some of them are just like, sure, like use up 2 cards to get that thing out. I'll just kill it with 1, and then here we go. We didn't really see anything from his deck at all, so I have no idea what to really think. I mean, I could consider bringing in a card like Aeon Chronicler. You know, if he's playing grindy, like removal-y type deck, you know, this is the type of card that can help get you back in, recoup a bunch of card advantage. So maybe we'll run that guy, and we'll kill, I don't know, like Edric probably gets a lot worse against him. Maybe not. Maybe Edric's still good as just even like a one-off type situation. I'll cut a Remand. I'm going to cut something, so I'll cut a Remand, and we'll see how that goes. Again, knowing that he has spot removal like that means that we can play our Avenger of Zendikar differently. Against some decks, you just slam it the first turn you can and then just hope to hit land drops from there on out. But against other decks, you slam it and then you make sure that you can hit a land drop the same turn that you play it so that your guys grow and you get value. Because it is kind of lame if you play Avenger and it gets insta-killed. Like, all the plants are fine, but when they're 1/2s, they're threats. When they're 0/1s, they're just, no, they don't do anything. You know, they're just very useless. I mean, I guess not for us, but still. This, by the way, should be amazing against him. Not only does it blank his removal, the stuff that he had already killed previous to it, we get to, like, get back, and that's really nice. All right, what do we have? Well, kids, I guess this is what our deck does. It's like the exact same draw. So this is actually a little interesting, though. Because I could go Black Lotus, Jace Beleren, draw a card, and be in a pretty nice position, or I could just Master again. I think I'm just going to Master again. I do need to draw another island in the next few turns to be able to Jace, but I think I will. I'm not that worried about it. And worst case scenario, I can just slam Jushi next turn anyway. So in we go. Your move. I just like that we have these recovery plans. Like, this is nice. Being able to, make him have multiple spot removal spells or something to get rid of this guy and get us. I mean, because, look, Master dice to Bolt, right? Ooh, that's nice. That's really nice that was his play was. Sure. Oops, that has Summoning Sickness. Attack you. All right, so at this point, we've already put enough pressure on him here where, like, it's going to be sweeper o'clock for him pretty soon. Like, he's going to need to find a way to kill multiple threats here. Yeah, now it definitely is, now that happened. I don't need to commit anything else creature-wise to the board. If we had drawn an island, I would have for sure played a Jace, but we bricked, so I'm going to play a Factory. And I'm just going to attack with those two. And I'm going to draw a card with Jushi and at the end step or whenever and just ship for now. All right, this is a big turn. This should be 4 mana for him. This is where things can start happening that get him back in the game. It's a tall order, but there's cards that can just snap get him back in the game. You know, if he goes land, Damnation, he'll have 6 cards in hand and 4 mana, and we'll have drawn a card. So when we untap, we'll have 3 mana with 1, 2, 3, 4, with 6 cards in hand, play a land. So it'll be really pretty much at parity. Like, I'll have 4 mana, he'll have 4 mana, he'll have 6 cards in hand, I'll have 5. Like, there are definitely ways he can just get back in. Remember, Black Lotus cost us a card, right? I mean, we're down a card because of Lotus. Obviously, it's worth it. Because, like, if he doesn't have Damnation or Toxic Deluge or something here, like, he's in huge trouble. You know, at this point, picking off Master of the Wild Hunt is not going to get him out of this. I'm drawing cards and I'm hammering on him with these creatures, plus I have more in my hand, so it's just not going to get it done. But yeah, if he has it, then he can get back out of it. All right, he played a land, but then didn't do anything with it yet. He tanked it for like a year, and then finally did that. 3, 7. So that's let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there any difference between 7 and 8 here? Means one wolf is lethal. And probably still just rather have the extra card though. And now that we've drawn Mana Leak, we're just going to sit on it. Oh, actually I could have activated Mishra's Factory and attacked for lethal there. Any removal spell gets us, but that might have been better. Yeah, attacking for lethal there. I mean, now that we know he had Factor Fiction was definitely better. If he has a removal spell, though, I still get to leave Mana Leak up. I think I should have just gone for it. That would have been better. Anyway, back to where we're actually at here. Factor Fiction. Yeah, you got it. Arrange the cards into 2 piles. He hit nothing. Yeah, he just completely bricked. So you get... He's got double black. Yeah, here. It doesn't even matter. Unless he can find a way to get something in the graveyard. A creature in the yard plus an animate dead, and he can pay for Mana Leak. That is a possibility. He's gonna need. It's gonna be really hard though for him to have something to get the creature in the yard. I mean, these are gonna go in the yard, but there's no creatures. I think he's dead. But yeah, I should have just attack with everything. He has a removal spell that costs 1. Like, he bolts this, he would have already had it. Yeah, I should have just killed him. We're in a pretty unassailable position here still, but killing your opponent when you have the opening with almost like very low risk is generally advisable. He tanked that last turn for about 5 minutes, which you'd think would have given me time to do the same, but instead I just spaced out, waiting for him to come back. All right, he says GG's, which is very polite of him considering the fact that I lotused him both games. All right, see you guys in the finals.